Hey everybody, it's Pontus, and welcome back to another 2 vs 2. I am again with my clanmate Piper, and we both picked Pontus this time, facing off against Rome and Macedon. So, you can go ahead and see my army composition. 5 Pontic swordsmen, 2 Thurio spears, 3 of these mercenary Celtic warriors, 2 Pontic peltas hillmen, 2 noble blood, 2 Pontic royal cav, and a chariot. And his build's pretty similar to mine. I'll show it to you once we actually get onto the battlefield. Here's his with, he got 3 pikemen in the front, some Pontic peltists, did bring an archer, and then quite a number of these Pontic swordsmen with some Eastern spearmen, and then 4 noble blood, and then of course a chariot. So basically what our plan was to go ahead and just rush, pin the infantry, swing the chariots around. And my Roman opponent has 2 auxiliary Balearic, some Syrian archers, well 1, 4 Astadi, 4 Principes, and then 3 Triarii with a Equite on each side. And you can see all the upgrades he has on these guys, quite a bit. 3 Chevron upgrades on his slingers and archers, 3 on the Astadi, 3 on the Principes, 2 on the Triarii, and then 4 on his cavalry. So quite a bit of upgrades there. And the Macedonian opponent, has quite a few upgrades on his too. Some shield bearers, hoplites, and companion cavalry in the back. And then I believe he has 3 Rhodian slingers with a number of upgrades, and then a Cretan archer. So both of them have fairly elite armies, more so the Macedonian, with a lot of upgrades. So we're charging forward. He's starting to skirmish. See how many. I don't think he's gotten, not too many kills yet. So just rushing up. I'm starting to bring, as you can see, I got my cavalry rolling around the sides with my chariots coming around, causing quite a mess. Oh, look at all these guys falling behind because of the chariots. And I do send my Celtic warriors in first to pin his infantry, as you can see. And Astadi are quite good for their price, plus all the upgrades he has on them, so these Celtic warriors don't last very long at all. I'm starting to throw in some of my swordsmen and hillmen on this side. Got my Pontic peltas firing in, and I'm starting to bring these guys around the flank a little bit to attack these guys. See, he does engage with his equites here, and I do send my chariots in, which this really isn't the best spot for them. They get caught into a blob, and I just all around did a bad job with my chariots. And my cavalry here is kind of just wasted. They're all kind of caught here, not doing anything. So some bad micro on my part because I was focusing on other things around here. But you see, I got my Thurio spears firing into the flanks a little bit. But my lion's already breaking in the middle. He has infantry pulling through. You can see my ally Piper does send some swordsmen in for support, which helps a lot because he's able to hold with his pikemen here, and has plenty of guys firing in, and has this huge wing coming in with 3 Pontic swordsmen, or no, actually those are Eastern spearmen, and then all of his cavalry coming around the flank, which my Macedonian opponent does not seem to be reacting to at all. See, quite a mess here with cavalry engaged, and my scythe chariots still stuck. See, I haven't lost any of them yet, but not a super good amount of kills. I get them moving again, and their kills start to go up, which is nice. Basically, my whole flank is broken on this side. A couple of swordsmen holding. Got my peltas firing and my Thurio spears going into the back of them. And my main advantage is over here now that my cav is free. So I'm going to start sweeping them around. This one kind of gets caught again. My chariots still... Where did they go? One of the units around here. Oh, yes, over here. Finally do get them free. Already lost 3 guys, though. So I'm going to start bringing them around, trying to do as much damage as I can with them. And my ally Piper puts his chariots into action now. Start helping me clean up my end. Able to get a nice charge with my royal cav. Kind of a little messed up by those guys, but still going to charge them into the back of the Astadi there. I'm holding with these Thurio spears that finally were engaged. Still got this blob over here with my swordsmen holding, and then these cavalry units are kind of forgotten about when I was busy doing other things. It takes a lot of micro with a chariot. So that's another bad thing on my part. Gotta really make sure you use your cavalry to your full, because I could really be using them for hammer and anvil strikes right here. See, my opponent also seems to have forgotten about his Hastati out there. But yeah, so the main thing was I was focusing on my chariot. I still got my general. I'll be charging in and out with this. I had another cavalry unit somewhere around here, I thought. Bring my chariot, which is at 243 kills. So he's starting to do a lot better now. I had started him off in a bad situation, but just shows chariots can be really good. Start to finally recognize my cav and start using that. And yeah, at this point, some of the units are starting to rout. I'm going to be losing one of my Thurio spears, but the Macedonian player does not have a lot left. Most of his is being taken out, but what he does have left is very elite infantry that has a lot of upgrades. And you can see finally Rome starts to completely break apart on this flank. So we're going to start using what remaining infantry we have just to help support my units over here, which they'll start breaking. And then at this point, after we finish off the Romans, I'll move in to support Piper against the Macedonians, which these units are about a little over half strength. That one's pretty low. That one's still doing pretty good. You see this rear charge right here with his noble blood cavalry into the back of the shield bearers. And yeah, starting to just bring in this massive blob of cavalry and infantry into his remaining triarii, which are really good units. They'll be able to hold for quite a while. Starting to bring out my cavalry again. And I believe my chariot is still alive. Yes, here it is. Oh, that's his chariot. 165 kills. I can't remember if I lost my chariot here or I lose it later. I must have already lost my chariot. Yeah, I don't see him. He still has his going around though. Bring it through this blob. Triarii holding up quite well. So their numbers will slowly start to dwindle, but they'll do quite well in this situation. They finally start to waver with their whole army gone, the last one standing. And there's not much the Macedonian player has left. I did bring, oh, here are my chariots are. I brought them over here. 277 kills. Kind of get caught up, but get him a few more kills on these shield bearers. As his army starts to break over here, Piper has more of his guys free to help support. And finally, I'll start bringing my guys, this huge blob of infantry and cavalry, I'll start moving them into support. In a second, you'll see them start moving forward. But at this point, the battle is pretty much well won. Not much these shield bearers can do. There's 3 of them left. And this hoplite, which is already wavering. Not much 3 of those guys can do against 2 whole armies. But they're holding up pretty well. All of them almost over 100 kills. And yeah, I'll start bringing these guys in for support. I believe at this point, a little before, my chariot finally did rout. And I believe he still has his 197 kills coming in for support. And at this point, all of his guys start to waver and then they break. So good game to our opponents, which one of them was actually the same, I believe, as the last game, Boxing Buffalo. And the other, Oliver Wakai? I don't know. Anyways, so you can see the side chariot, 300 kills, doing quite good. These Pontic Peltists, 84 and 66, quite good there. Swordsmen held up decently. Thurio Spears did actually pretty good. Cavalry, decent enough. Celtic Warriors, not as good as hoping. They broke pretty quickly, but my opponent had heavily upgraded Hastati, as you can see. And yeah, my 190 kills for Piper's chariots. Pontic Peltis doing quite good too, over here at 78, 92 kills. Swordsman doing decent enough. And let's check out his army. These shield bearers, 141, 134. See, his slingers and archers did not do very much at all, and neither did his cavalry. His hoplites didn't really do much either, except for this one, 138 kills. Quite good there. So yeah, I'll go ahead and end this video here. Stay tuned for more 1 versus 1s or 2 versus 2s. Thanks for watching.